Yeah.
Yeah, we looked on the
There's a
screen.
lot
We're
of
like, how are there so many writers, including James Mangold? But
Yeah.
tasked with doing this. Here's the thing: as soon as they threw Phoebe Waller-Bridge into the mix, there was nothing that James Mangold could do to save it. It really, there was nothing he could do.
And look, as good of a director as he is, you know that no matter how good of a director you are in Hollywood, once you work for Disney, they have final say. So it's not going to be his vision no matter what. It's going to be Disney's vision.
Yeah. Before we get into spoilers, Paulie, I wanted to get your. We're going to get into spoilers next. Want to get your early impressions. I think we're all in agreement that the worst part of the movie is Phoebe, and like she's just like it's one thing if she just like, oh well, without whatever, she's fine. She's not ruining the film, but she's not great. It's like actively makes the movie worse.
Yeah.
Aggressively.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, this is a pretty bad film. I mean,
look, I tried to, on the positive note, say production design that looked cool. They got like some stuff right with like castings and whatnot. The first 20 minutes, which is this like opening action sequence sort of opening adventure thing. I could have watched a movie of just that because there's no Phoebe, and it was like Indiana Jones. It was like, oh, this is what I love about Indiana Jones. Could you just do that for a whole movie? But then they had to bring us to the present, and it didn't. I don't know.
Oh, go ahead, Paulie. Sorry.
Yeah, it was like the first 20 minutes were just really. It captured that old Raider spirit, that Indiana spirit, and fighting the Nazis and. But unfortunately, there's another 2 hours left in the movie.
I looked at my watch a couple times.
Yeah. So I mean, non-spoilers. Yeah, it's a good-looking film, and there's a little bit of magic here and there. And I kind of like the idea of the story, but there's no reason why this movie should have been this long. There's no reason. First of all, there's no reason why this should have been made.
Yeah.
So, but that being said, it's made. It's a film. It's got a beginning, middle, and end. And this is just another long line of travesties done by the people that run Lucasfilm. And as beloved as Indy is, it was kind of tainted a little bit with Crystal Skull many years ago. But a lot of us were like, okay, we're just going to put that out of our memory. But we're so apprehensive that, with this one coming out and all the bad things you've heard about as far as production, and then just the recent track record of Disney Lucasfilm, man. Yeah, I don't know what to tell you guys.
Well, the one thing I do know is that it's tracking, but with older audiences. Younger audiences don't want to see it. And I can tell you this, Phoebe Waller-Bridge's character is made for a younger audience. It is made to appeal to young feminist women.
But that's it. That's literally it.
That sounds horrible. That sounds horrible.
Because remember, I kept saying right after we walked out of the theater, I was like, who is this movie for? Like, who did they make this movie for?
Right.
Yeah.
Because the older fans like us aren't going to like it, right? And the younger generation, the Gen Zers or whatever, they don't care about this franchise. So who is this movie for?
Yeah, the magic is gone, and so is Paulie. Phoebe Waller-Bridge's character Helena has her own score, but it's barely noticeable. But
she has her own movie too.
Yeah, apparently.
This is the thing. She is co-starring in this movie with him.
Dude, she is starring in this movie, man. She's not co-starring. She is the lead of this film, man.
She is the lead. She is the lead of this film because they go off and just show her little adventure. You learn all about her as a child. There's a flashback to her as a kid. There's the little story of how she met Teddy and they became friends. And he's like a little pickpocket, who like helps her out, and they've got this sort of buddy relationship, and then basically she's a whore.
So does he just
I'm not wrong, am I?
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
Does he
I'm
just
not wrong.
follow her around like
He's
like
basically the short
grandpa?
round of the movie. He's short
which
round.
which amazes
It's
me.
not that bad, but it's not far from that either.
No, he's really good. Which amazes me, as far as her being, footloose and fancy free, is that she's just not physically attractive.
And also, this is the second movie I've seen in the last week where it's an action movie where a woman should be able to run but cannot run.
She could.
Talking about Transformers: Rise of the Beast, the female lead in that, with all due respect, is not very good at running, and neither is Phoebe Waller-Bridge. Rating for this?
For me, it was it's a 5, man. It's a 5 out of 10. So
okay, Paulie.
When I got out of the theater, it was a 6.5 out of 10. When I sat down here, it's now a 5 out of 10.
I'd say for me, it's somewhere between a 4 and a 5 out of 10. So maybe 4.5.
Yeah.
Somewhere between 4 and 5. But it's, my God, it's just Phoebe Waller-Bridge just ruined the whole movie.
You know what this movie is? This movie is a Thanksgiving movie where you're home with the family eating. It's on TV, and you just throw it on and watch it with the family.
But that's not an Indiana Jones film, man. That's not indie.
Well, I mean, that's what this movie is. This is a Thanksgiving movie. Like, it's not a movie you pay money to go to the theater to go watch.
There's a scene in the movie. This is the scene out of the movie. Is they're scaling a wall, and Indiana Jones is scaling the wall, and he's like having some trouble. And she like looks at him and it's like, oh, you're having trouble scaling the wall. And it's just like, he's like, my knees, my shoulders, my this. And it's just like, I don't want to hear that shit.
Nope.
Yeah.
You're freaking Indiana Jones. It hurts. Throw some Bengay on it and you kick some ass. Like, or just don't even mention it.
Also, Alan, if you take your daughter, she'll never forgive you.
She will not see this movie. I took her to Raiders of the Lost Ark last week.
No, you should go see it.
She didn't like Raiders?
She hated it. She hated Marion, for crying out loud.
Really?
All she talked about was how bad Marion was.
Hi, Dad, I miss you.
She's so innocent, but
it's a piece of shit. So,